All right. Hey, guys, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. How you guys doing today? Hey, this is Terry, and it's cold in Texas again. Man, if you guys don't believe in global warming, something's wrong. But we're going to talk about all that and more. Okay, this Friday, which is today, man, we are in Florida with Emerald Coast Paranormal Concept. Hey, that is a pretty long name. But anyway, forget about that. Tracy, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Tracy. I'm the founder of Emerald Coast Paranormal Concepts, and I have sitting here with me off camera because she's a little sickly is my wife Susan, co-founder.
All right. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
That's good. Hey, before we even get started, I got to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to come right back to you. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, just like Hollywood does, and that's when the fun starts.
May I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, we're back, man. That was a quick commercial. As you guys know, this is Terry, and we got Tracy on the show this evening. Tracy, let's jump right into it, brother. Tell the world about Emerald Coast Paranormal Concept. But first of all, tell the world how I got a hold of you, first of all. It should be pretty funny.
Got a hold of you, right?
You called?
Yeah, I called. A lot of people, and it's weird because a lot of people don't leave their number for on their Facebook page, and that's something that people should start doing. Because, all right, let's all show a group of hands. How many people check their emails and look on? Man, I got 1 million emails. Are we going to go through every one of those emails? I'm not.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. So, guys, if you're out there listening tonight, and if you own a Facebook page, please put your phone number on there so I can reach out to you and find you and get you on the show and have lots of fun and talk about the paranormal. You know what I'm saying? I just, I did a little venting, so okay, I apologize.
That's all right.
All right, now, Tracy, let's talk about your team, brother.
Okay, so it is me, myself, Susan, the wife, and we have Dee,
Our photographer.
who is our photographer, and she has a degree in psychology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just us three. We used to have a few more on our team, but this is us now.
Now, do you guys, the reason why your team is so small, because you choose to be, or do you,
Yes.
or you just don't you just can't find the people that wants to participate in something that we do?
Well, when we first started off, before I started the team, I was part of another paranormal team here in town.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing some sketchy stuff that I really didn't like. And they had a whole bunch of people on their team, and it was always an aggravation. I'm the one that always seemed to go when they had investigations, but others wouldn't go, and this, that. It was just a chaos. So I would come home bitching to Susan about, how bad it was and this, that, and the other. And she said, well, start your own team. So we did. And we started off with quite a few people, but over the years, we just found it's, in our opinion, or my opinion, I should say, is the smaller's better. And then even if, say like Dee, she has a kid and, she can't always be there, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Susan and I is just fine.
Wow. Okay. You know what? It always turned out to be that way, Tracy. You always have the ones that want to join the team, but you don't have the ones that want to do the dirty work.
Well, it's just, some of the former team members we had, they were started off wanting to do, the dirty work. And then it got to the point to where, and it was partly my fault because I said, listen, if you can't go for whatever reason, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. So started missing more and more and more and more events. And it just got now to a point where we started doing public events, inviting the public in, and can't go. So it's just, I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings out there, former team members that are listening. And I'm sorry, but
No. Don't be sorry. No, don't never apologize for if you're speaking from the heart.
right.
If you're speaking from the heart, never apologize, brother, because you meant what you say and you say what you meant, and they knew what the situation was when they joined the team. They knew that they were going to need to put in some dirty work, just like every other paranormal team on this planet. Putting in dirty work is a must, but it's fun. It's really fun because, man, as many times as I looked or I listened to evidence, I want to be the first one that say, "Holy moly, did I just hear what I thought I heard?"
Right.
That right there brings the excitement out in me, especially when it's 2:00 in the morning and you got to be at work at 7.
Well, but I got to say, and like you said, speaking from the heart, if it wasn't for Susan, we wouldn't be as far as we are as a team because she does all the dirty work. I don't.
Hey, and it's the backbone. You need a foundation when you're a paranormal team, because without a foundation, you have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell people. You got to have those go-getters. And who else? The best go-getter on the planet is the one that's beneath you, and not beneath you, beside you, and the one that's all in it, and not in it just for the notoriety and trying to get the name. She's with you, and that's what more paranormal teams need. Side by side, getting dirty, hanging around in the mud and all that stuff. Stand up 3:00 in the morning. Yep, thumbs up.
Right. And with Dee, Dee's has been on the team since 2010.
Yeah, easily.
2009, 2010. And she's stayed with us this whole time. And Susan, she has the ability that she has nurtured over these years. And when her and Dee are in the same room, if we're investigating her and Dee, it's what these two do together is incredible. With I don't know what's the word I'm looking for.
Intuition,
their intuition. She won't come out and say that she's a psychic, but her and Dee have those abilities. Maybe they're not like chip coffee or anything like that, but they're there, and it's incredible when these two get together.
Well,
it kind of takes the fun out of investigating because them two are like, they got it.
There you go. Great minds think alike, man. So 2 great minds is better than 1. That's what I always say. Okay, it's you're You got 4, maybe 5. Are you guys willing to take on more members if you can find those 2 that want to be dedicated? Are you guys willing to take on a couple more?
I don't think so, Terry. I really don't. We are very content of how things are now.
We have really good synergy.
Yeah, and it just works so much. It's more better now. That's all I can say. And like I said, I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but
Nope.
it works so much better now. Now we do have some so-called groupies, if you want to say,
I wouldn't call them groupies.
that follow us.
Well, you know what? The truth, you got to speak the truth.
Right.
They're not groupies.
And they're a great bunch of people. And if we have large events where we need help,
Mm-hmm.
they will step in and give us a hand, no matter whatever it is. Setting up a tent, setting up tables, they jump in and help us.
Okay, let me ask your wife a question, because she said they're not groupies. Okay, if you guys were well known, you guys are out there, and man, you got millions of fans and followers, and you're on TV. You're going to Atlanta, to do TV shows. Everybody's got to have a groupie.
I prefer to call them friends.
Because
I could count on any one of them and ask them to come help, and they would step right up.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, let's just say this. The word groupie is an 80s word for friend. Does that make that sound better?
Kind of stuck in the
No, Terry, it doesn't.
The 80s were the days.
Hey, but I'm gonna let you know, I didn't say it. Tracy did.
Well, he'll pay for it later, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and she's right. I mean, that's just but at a drop of a dime, if we need help with something, we could call them and they'll be there. I mean, we have a gentleman named Mark who has his own paranormal team here in town. Mm-hmm. If we really need help with something, we can ask him. He'll be there.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Kelly and.
Now, what's the youngest age you guys would go if you was to expand?
Oh Lord.
They would have to be.
How old is D?
No, they would have to be. I would say 18, but I really want to say older because I want that mental maturity that age brings. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, and I don't have anything against 18-year-olds, and some do have the mental maturity, but I would just rather have somebody a little bit older, their own car, not little children at home that they have to leave in the middle of an investigation to go take care of, which has happened in the past. Just, I think older, a little bit more settled.
You know what? I like the way you think.
Well, thank you.
Well, let's just say, she's the brains of the outfit.
Well, I'm trying to make up for that whole groupie thing. It's your
but she's right. I think somebody older, that has. I think somebody older, I'd say, late 20s, early 30s, perhaps, that is not in this just to go get scared.
Thrill seeker.
Exactly.
Yeah, thrill seeker,
Now, that's a groupie. Somebody who does, and I ran across a bunch of teams where people do that. And I don't like situations like that because you depend on somebody, you set them up for success, and guess what? Next investigation, you don't hear from them, you don't hear nothing because they X that off their bucket list. Oh, I went on a paranormal investigation. Oh, it's off my bucket list now. I'm like, damn, dude, you're a part of a team now. Now you're ready to freaking leave us, or you just up and disappear? Yeah, I don't like it. So,
right.
You invest quite a bit when bring somebody on your team and train them the way not you want to investigate, but what your expectations are and how they need to conduct themselves. You invest quite a bit in somebody, and when they just go, "Oh well, I'm now a paranormal investigator. I'll put that on my bucket list." It's not fair to us, because I am big into synergy, and I think that's a big part of investigating is to have that camaraderie and trust and synergy with your team members.
Yes, you're right. You got to have that. It's got to be like this. You got to
Yeah.
be able to read my mind without me even speaking. You got to be able to have that, that what is that? It's just that energy where everything's in motion. I know what this person does. I ain't got to tell him nothing. He can read my mind. I can read your mind. Everything flows nice.
Exactly.
Everything flows nice. But and you know what? I'm sort of like you because the youngest guy on our team is 31, but he's been a member of my team for almost 5 years now.
Right.
That's
You know,
great.
and I would not change him for the world. And I got a great, group of guys and female on the team. But the only problem is, guys, we spread out so far apart from Central Texas.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows Texas, it takes us 6 hours to get anywhere.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we have an investigation, people will have to start leaving their house. For us to get to a location, people will have to start leaving. If the investigation starts at 8 or 9, people have to leave their house at 5.
Right. Now, and see, that's one thing that, we'll go anywhere. If we need to go to Georgia, if a case calls for us to go to Georgia, we'll go. Alabama, Louisiana, we'll go. However, we prefer like to stay local.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can help people better locally than we can somebody that's 200 miles away.
Right.
So luckily enough, the furthest that we go now, it's about an hour away.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. Now, is it okay? Let's do it like this. Is it easier for you guys to find or get a hold of somebody who has something going on? Is it easier for you guys because you're in the Bible Belt, or it is easier for you guys when you leave the Bible Belt and, like you say, go to northern Georgia or Tennessee or wherever you guys going? Which is it easy for you guys?
I'll let Susan answer that.
Well, I guess I'm going to make the assumption that you're asking if we go to people's houses and investigate. Is that correct?
Well, I just want to find out, is it easier for you guys, since you guys are in the Bible Belt, are people a little bit more accepting to what you guys do compared to when you guys leave your home city and go outside of the Bible Belt?
You want to see what he's saying?
Okay, so the answer to your question is we are in the Bible Belt, and a lot of people talk to us about the ghosts in their house, but nobody wants to let us come over. That's no. We don't. That's okay. We're happy with the ghosts. We find that it's more accepting outside of our particular town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Panama City is, like she was saying, it's real. You can't go around the corner without running into a church, a dollar store, or a bank.
No, you put the dollar store on the map.
They're everywhere. But so people in Panama City Beach, there's a few businesses that has called us, and we've done investigations, and their places be active. there were spots like the museum, the Navy Dive Museum, the old curator. We could pretty much had carte blanche. We could go in there anytime we call them. You know, can we go in? Yeah, sure. Then things change. They got a new curator, new owners, new whatever, and we came in there. We didn't. We contacted him,
Mm-hmm.
and he let us come in and do an investigation. Then Susan does her magic and saying, yeah, listen, we can raise money for your museum. You know, we could do a public investigation, invite people to come in, you know, charge them. You keep the money. We won't take any of it. And I think we did that once,
Mm-hmm.
and we never heard from him again.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys have a sit down with them? Did you show them all the evidence afterwards?
Yeah.
Or they just
we did
said whoop, like that?
Yeah. And when we sat down with him, I think before he actually let us go back in, we sat down with him and showed him some data that we had collected when the other guy was there,
Mm-hmm.
and showed him, you know, what we gathered. And, you know,
He's just not into. He's not into paranormal. So
and I think it's just maybe we didn't raise enough money for him or something. I don't know.
Well, you know what? The money. Here's the thing about raising money. The money, that money there that you raised, it didn't come out your pocket. So they should be grateful on the $2.50 quarter nickel that they got. You know what I'm saying?
That night they made quite a bit of money that night.
That's crazy.
But you know, it's okay. You know, but not everybody. We understand, and but we go north of here, about 50 miles north of here, a place called Marianna, Florida. Everybody, you and their brothers, into the paranormal there.
Oh wow, how cool is that? I'd like to go to that too.
And it's just night and day, you know, and that's 50 miles away.
So the whole town is Halloween, 365 days out the year.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, like you said, I wouldn't say that. But so much stuff happened there that, you know, Civil War, Battle of Mariana, and so much stuff went on there.
I would love to go visit that place. That sounds hecka interesting.
Yeah,
Now,
and it's an old town. I mean, we're talking Civil War old, and there's houses there that are
Spanish War.
Yeah, the Spanish War.
Yeah.
And then the Indian War, the Trail of Tears.
Indian War, yeah.
And one of the houses that we go to up there, the Russ House, it was built in 1892.
Something like that.
Yeah, 1892, and it's still standing. There's a lot of houses like that in Marianna.
Interesting. Let's talk about Panama City for a moment. What is the how many people there?
Too many.
Too many.
So you consider it a big town, medium-sized town? Is it a suburb? Is it a suburb of a major city?
No. It's probably 500,000.
Well, they have an Air Force base here and a Navy base here, and that makes up the populace.
Pretty much.
No, she just mentioned the military. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I don't trust them.
Be careful.
I don't trust them.
No.
Okay, guys. You know, Panama City, the one thing that I've had a problem with, maybe you guys might have a problem with, is the Historical Society. Have you guys came across them?
Yes and no. Remember, we've talked to that Panama City Historical Society guy, but it's like, I don't know how I can say it is. So there's a clique.
Mm-hmm.
So in this clique, you have the mayor.
The who you knows and the what you knows.
Right, the who you know and the what you knows.
So that's.
But
leave it at that?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. So the mayor is in cahoots with members of the Paranormal Society, and the way you're telling me it is, you got to have some money to get in these historical locations. That
You got it's all in who you know. I mean, the historical society here, it's all in who you know.
mm,
That's what it basically is.
oh, wow. Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
you,
we've been in this town. We've been doing this in this town for what 13 years now. 20, 2010, 13, 14, 14 years now.
Almost 15.
Yeah, almost 15 years in the town, and our reputation is unmarred by anybody here. Also in Mariana, and people know us here in town. They
mhm.
really do, but it's not. They don't talk about us at supper.
Oh wow.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I hear you about that. What exactly do you guys I mean, what exactly do you guys do in your community to actually get you guys to get that notoriety? That you want or that you need.
Well, Susan works her magic. But
We do a lot of fundraisers, and for the venue that we go to, we invite the public after we determine that there's activity there, and we let the public at large. We charge them a fee. 100% of that goes back to the venue, and it's win-win for everybody. And then I stay on top of our Facebook page. That's critical that you keep yourself in the social media light,
Hmm.
in a positive way.
Yes, I think. Man, you know what? A lot of people hate social media. You know,
I love social media.
a lot of
I
people
mean,
love it, and I've seen a lot of people get in trouble on social media. A lot of paranormal investigators say the wrong thing, bam, you're out of there for 30 days. But if you use it right and you educate yourself, I think it can really help you out.
it's
The
a good
law,
advertising tool. You
yeah,
know,
yes, it is. Now,
we've
are you
we've been
guys?
very blessed.
Yes. Now, are you guys ever talk to the mayor? I mean, sit down and actually talk to him?
no, and it's something that we really it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
I don't see how it wouldn't help us any to talk to the mayor.
no,
Really?
yeah, it really wouldn't. But we know people um, that if we really, really, really wanted to and to get into a location, say in Panama City or Panama City Beach, we know the people who can talk to those people who can get us to do it. But we don't want to do that.
Right,
That's you
right.
know what I'm saying. We don't want to do that. We
I,
want
I,
to
I understand that one.
yeah,
Uh,
we want to get in on our own merit.
on our own. There you go. Yeah. All right. Hey, you know what? Florida is a very diverse state. And you mentioned it, Tracy, the Spanish Indian Wars, all up around Panama City. And um, have you guys ever came across anything paranormal that uses what is that word I'm using that I'm looking for? That uses a different language, something that you hear but you can't quite understand because it's not English. It's not Seminole because a lot of Seminole Indians are known up there. Uh, have you guys came across anything like that?
Well, Terry, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth, but if they've gone beyond the veil, wouldn't they know English?
Yeah, you would think they would be versatile. they would know.
Why wouldn't they be?
Huh?
Why wouldn't they be?
I don't know, man, because the quiet, I see what you tried. You tried to get me on that.
No, that's honestly the way I look at it. We do the Florida State Caverns. We do paranormal tours up there every November,
Uh-huh.
and they have Spanish speaking tour guides up there. So we have actually engaged them to help us, and I didn't see a difference.
Really?
No, but didn't we have? Wasn't there a long time ago when we first started the Russ House? It was either at the Russ House or
It was the
somebody's
Bellamy Bridge.
that we had German or something come through.
Yeah, it was the Bellamy Bridge.
Yeah, we had German language come through.
Now, like we were saying, Florida is very diverse. If you
Yeah,
go down a little bit south, man, you got all that influence coming from the Caribbean to Florida.
right.
And it's a great culture. You can learn a lot of things. How hard is it for you guys to uh, when you have certain cultures, certain religions? I mean, because they're like Southern Florida, little Haiti, man, you don't want to go down there, man. And hey, we're paranormal investigators. Can we investigate? And we know the Haitians are into some weird stuff already.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I have. I work for a huge resort company out here on Panama City Beach, and a good part of our staff are Jamaican,
Mm,
and they want nothing to do with what I do.
exactly.
Nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. The weirdest thing, I'm glad you brought that up because I was talking to somebody who's from Jamaica, and they practice. Some Jamaicans practice uh, dark arts, or they might practice certain things that are dark, but
Yeah.
they do not mess with the paranormal. And I'm trying to
Right.
figure that out. I don't know why, because if you dabble in one thing that's dark, you can dabble. You damn sure dabble in it's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Oh
So I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see.
Yeah. And there's some Spanish individuals that work with us too, and they're the same way.
Hmm. I'll be honest with you, man. Me as a black man, the first thing I learned when I was growing up is my grandparents told me, if you see something you don't understand, you run from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I've done that for so many years before I became a paranormal investigator. I seen something I couldn't understand, and so on and so on. Now that how just the roles has reversed on me,
Yeah.
now I'm running towards something instead of the way.
Right.
So it's
Well, it's. I know this. I don't know how this is going to sound, but I was I was born and raised Catholic. My whole family was
mhm.
diehard Catholics. And once I reached the age of 16, I was no longer required to go to church. So I kind of stopped going, and then I went in the military. And when during my career in the military, you run into a bunch of religions. Okay. Um, so I started doing some research of my own on Catholicism and the Bible, and being a Catholic, what it meant, this, that, and the other. And it's I I kind of got kind of shunned, I guess. And I don't want to say shunned, but after reading into it and reading numerous books and papers and stuff, is they pretty much do, even though if we were to run into a diehard Catholic, they were saying we're, of course, doing Satan's work. You're not supposed to be talking to the dead. Okay, but when you think about it, let's think about it. Catholics, what do they do every Sunday?
Ooh, yeah.
They go into a building. They speak to a deity or whatever they cannot see. Hope to get some type of response. Now, I was gonna say it's probably gonna Catholics are probably gonna come knock my door down, but how's that any different than what we're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You know, and like I always tell people on every podcast, Catholics started this whole thing. They started this whole thing. Let's think about it for a minute. The Catholic Church. Back when, and I'm just going to throw a fictional name because I don't know if he was fictional or fiction, or I mean, I don't know if he was or not. Van Helsing. When Van Helsing went to the Catholic Church, or the Catholic Church summoned him to go investigate something that's going on in Transylvania or whatever.
Right.
What was his name? I mean, they didn't call him that, but what was he? You know, from your sense and my sense, he was called a paranormal investigator. Am I right? Because he was called and investigate the paranormal.
Correct.
You know? Yeah. So, but it's weird on how they. It's weird how they embraced this thing 500, 600 years ago, but now it seems like they're trying to put a cork on the bottle. And you can't do that because now that bottle is already, it's like, man, you shaking it up with some root beer, it's going to, that's what happens.
Right. And I think, you know, again, this is just my opinion, is I you know, if whatever your religion is, if that's what you believe, I'm fine with it.
Exactly.
Time, you know, have a large time. But don't sit there and judge me because I'm doing something you don't agree with, and you're going to use your religion to back up your.
Yeah, you know, you want to back up what you say and all that. But you know what? My religion is drinking whiskey. And I'm going to tell you this, drinking whiskey and hollering at the damn moon on a full moon night. That is my religion right there. You know what I'm saying? So people get mad at me, you know, because I don't go to church. But like you say, Tracy, everybody has their own beliefs.
Right. And, you know, and I think deep down, because Susan and I get asked, you know, whenever we do these events or investigating somewhere, you know, that is one of the questions, of course, I'm sure like you get it all the time too, is, you know, well, what happens when we die?
Oh my God, dude. We've had that. I got a boss from Louisiana, one of the most haunted states in the South.
Yeah. And
he's the biggest skeptic ever. He's like, man, when we die, we just go to, and you know what he tell me? He said, man, when we die, it's our choice, which is true. It might be your choice on what you want to do when you die. But my choice is when I go to heaven, listen to what he said. When I go to heaven, I'm going to watch football all day and drink beer.
Right.
Because he's from Louisiana.
Well, see, but you bring that up, and in his mind, maybe that is his heaven.
Exactly, but he clearly and I asked him, and I say, hey, when you go to heaven, are you not leaving your physical body? Is your body's going to be in that ground, or are you going to be burnt, or however they do it? You know, where is your body at? What kind of form will you be when you go to that heaven that you
Right.
call? And you know what he told me? I'll just be what I be. Now, up there in heaven, you might be called a what? A spirit? No, not a spirit. You know, you called whatever. But down, if you're down here, you're going to be called a spirit. You're going to be called a ghost. You're going to be called an entity. You're going to be called, you know, different religions have different names for what we investigate. But
You're absolutely correct. Absolutely. So that's why I think it's because of all the differences, and it really doesn't have to do with. Some of it has to do with your religious background. Some of it has to do with just what you believe. Period.
mhm,
Just doesn't matter if you're part of a religious sect or anything. It just depends on what you believe. I
right.
think when Susan goes, whatever happens to her is going to be different than whatever happens to me. Then what it's going to be different than whatever happens to you.
Right.
I don't think there's one. Everybody goes here, and I don't believe that if you're an axe murderer and you kill 20 people, that all you have to do is ask God to forgive you and you're going to heaven.
I don't think. Man, that's a debate.
I hear you. I know it. I hear you.
Hey, I could get in trouble for. Like, I'm not even gonna bring that up because, man, a lot of people, a lot of different religions that came on the show, man, they try to debate me on that one, and, you know, and I'm like, well, you know what, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I mean, I'll say that for another day. You know, but the thing is, guys, maybe your wife can answer this question for me. When you pass away and you become one with the Almighty, you know, they always say family. When you die, you go visit your family, or you spend time with your family. You know, but I come to find out that's not always the case. You know, it's not always the case, man. You know, I would love to go see, you know, my ancestors from 200 years ago, the people that started this all for me. I hope I make you
Right.
proud, by the way. You know, you know, those are the ones that I want to go see. But from what I'm hearing, everybody's in different realms. You don't you know, your great great grandfather is not going to be there. Your great 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 grandmother is not going to be there. You know, unless
Right.
you call them in, or however that they do it. You know, so for some reason, people always say family is a big thing when you pass away. Because what is the one thing that when you pass away, when somebody passes away, what is the one thing they tell you? Go be with your family. But
Mhm.
your family is not always there.
No.
I think I think that you become an essence or your soul, and I think that you do see. You don't see them as your family, but you recognize their soul. Does that make sense?
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Let's debate that for a minute. I'm willing to debate that one. Okay, here, because you said that they will see your essence, right?
Yes, or soul. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Well, okay, let's say for an example. Okay, if you had the same last name as I had, wouldn't you be in that same realm with me? Because everybody that's communes with the you know, with the dead always says, hey, your grandmother's here, your grandfather's there, this and that, but you got all of these people that are in your realm, but they're not.
I I
It's kind of
I I I just look at it differently. I think that your essence recognizes the essence of your grandmother and that you are reunited, but you don't recognize her as your grandmother. You just recognize her soul.
now. Do you
Because how would you know that was your grandmother? She's not a physical body.
exactly? Yeah, that's see, you got a point there.
Well, and
But
also
here's the
if
thing. But here's the thing: if I don't think nobody would. Is it possible that some unknown spirit can come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm your grandmother. Hey, I'm your grandfather. Embrace me as we're going to embrace you as one of us, and we're going to open our arms to you as a part of the family."
Or it's an imposter.
I don't know. I don't think heaven have imposters. What do you think?
well, you remember at one time, if you go the whole heaven and hell thing, Satan was once an angel. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but like on Susan's point and your point, so let's say your grandmother, um, since we don't know, I mean, we have no idea what we're actually going to be doing when we cross to that side. Is your grandma or yourself, Terry? You may, once you pass away, your body form could be you being 13 years old. You know what I mean?
right.
I mean, we just don't know. So we could, we won't know. And unless when I go, I can take a video camera with me and bring it back,
Now, yeah, right.
then nobody's going to know.
Now, here's okay. Now, maybe you guys can answer this question. Why come people are more curious about what happens once you cross that threshold? Once you shred your physical form. Once you move on and see what's up there, and all that stuff. Why do you think people now are more, are more in, thinking? He's like, man, I would like to know, man, and they ain't even lived their lives yet.
Right.
People was like, man, there's not nothing here. There's nothing here for me down here, man. I'm ready to go up there. You know how many times I've heard that? And these kids are like 20, 21 years old. Have never, and hey, most of them still peeing the bed. That's all I can say. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
there's a lot of issues in the world, and if you just go back 15, let's just say 15 years ago, just 15 years, the number of suicides, the number of school shootings, the number of this was dramatically less.
Yes.
I think we're a lot more conscious and more aware now. We're more, I won't say more intelligent, but we think about those things, and that's a curiosity. And, no, like Tracy said, no religion is the right religion. We all have if you're a religious person, you have the same goal, and that's to love mankind, be kind, be generous, do the right thing. And I think I would hate to say awake, I really do, but we're a more awakened society now than we were back in the 1920s. it's a different mentality now
Yeah,
than it was.
you're right, Susan, Sue, because let's take for an example the baby boomers. The baby boomers, they wanted to live that longevity. They wanted to get married young, grow old, have many kids, and the greatest thing is for a baby boomer is when they're passing along to have all their grandkids beside their bed. So when they go, they're like, oh man, I got my whole family here. They have accomplished what they want to accomplish in life,
Right.
True.
but this day and age, they are so curious to know, and they're wondering, man, what is up there beyond the stars?
And it just isn't for us to know until we actually get there.
Yeah, but
It
like you
is,
said, but like you and Tracy saying is, man, the suicide rate is hella crazy because, and it's not because of what's going on in the world. It's because they wants to know, is there a better place? And if there is a better place, I want to be there.
Well, right. You're absolutely right. And that, even though I don't think that's in all the cases, but you're absolutely right. Um, these teens now, even these teens, these people in their early 20s.
they want instant gratification.
Right,
They do.
right. And it's an easy way out for them, and maybe you hit the nail on the head. Is maybe it's more than, well, if I take my life, then these people are going to suffer because they made me do it. Or maybe it is just that well, if I do this, then I will be in a better place.
I don't know, man. It's a lot of unanswered questions. Hey,
Right.
tell me, Florida, the oldest state in the country. Tell me about some of these haunted locations that, like the lighthouse. What is that? There's a man. There's a what's the name of that
Oh,
hotel? There's so
um,
many haunted locations
no,
that you guys have.
no, the one on the East Coast where everybody goes,
Oh, Saint
St.
Augustine.
Augustine.
St. Augustine.
So we haven't been over that way to investigate that whole town because it's just it's like New Orleans. It's real touristy,
Mm-hmm.
and they want an arm and a leg for you to go like the lighthouse and investigate on your own in the lighthouse. They want an arm and a leg for you to do that.
That in charge ghost hunters.
Well, yeah. Well, look what
Well,
it did for them. But yeah, you can go on their paranormal tours, but it's not an investigation. It's a tour.
It's a
And
tour.
yeah, and just we'll say one thing before we go on is that's a big difference than what we do
Mm-hmm.
than the paranormal people that do tours. We don't we don't do tours. We do public investigations where we give them the tools, teach them how to do it, and let them do it.
Yeah, right. And I see a lot of teams that are going more that way.
And I think they should because it's not going to be long before the TV shows are going to go away, the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channels are going to go away. I mean, Susan and I, we've on another show we did, we were kind of discussing about how many teams when we started our team, how many teams there were, and now, I mean, there's only a handful that we know of that are still in existence that actually are still doing the paranormal. Their team may still be out there, but they don't do anything.
Right.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of time, Terry, that all this is going to go away, and it's just going to be
the diehards.
Yeah,
The
Those-
people that are in it to learn, I think, will still be there, but the one night wonders will go away.
yeah, the ones that want to be on TV and stuff like that, you're always going to have those. I
And
guarantee you.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I agree with you. And the ones that don't like to read, the ones that just want to, flip through the pages.
Yeah.
If you flipping through the pages, you're never gonna learn anything. You can scheme, you can skim over it, and do whatever you do. But
You're exactly right, and that's what I think nowadays is missing.
yeah,
Well, is nobody's learning anything anymore.
no, not even in school.
Yeah, right. Well, right, but
Yeah.
when it comes to the paranormal, is even for us, the houses and stuff that we used to do, we would do, not too many, 3 or 4 a year. It wasn't crazy, but now those are next to nothing now. Every now and again, Susan will get an email or something from somebody asking, and she'll either call them or have us both on the phone with them, and we pretty much talk them down, tell them what it could be. We'd never end up going to their houses. But I really think to help is, I think more investigators need to do stuff for their community, get more community involved.
There you go. Yes.
If all this stuff is starting to fade away, you're starting to stop getting cases. Well, let's do something else. Let's keep it alive. Let's have these public events. Let's raise some money for these people. Let's keep these houses that are 100+ years old. Let's keep them going. Let's keep paint on the walls. Let's keep a roof on it.
Yes, sir. That's how you do it. That is how. Are you guys able to see the comments down below?
I am
froze
on.
up. Last comment was from Kelly Moore. I like your religion. That's it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. Just want
Is
to
there a
make
question or something we missed? Yeah, it looks like it's frozen. Looks like chat's frozen. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't really see. There's nobody on StreamYard.
Okay. You guys, man, I've just said it. You guys, the first state in the country. Man, I know you guys got some historic cemeteries laying around down there that's just earning to be investigated. How do you guys feel about cemeteries?
We enjoy going to cemeteries.
We really do, but there's
it's you can't in our town. It's against the law to be in a cemetery after dark. So we have to go out of town to investigate cemeteries.
Time out. It's against the law to do what?
Be in a cemetery after dark.
that is correct.
What kind of law is that?
Well, and there is one cemetery that's off way back in the woods that we used to go out to quite a bit. I'm not going to give the name to it, but
now you mentioned it's against the law to go to cemeteries after dark. Okay.
In our county.
Is it state cemetery?
No, it's county owned.
County? Oh, hell to the no.
yeah,
Hell to the no. If it's a county, who's paying for the upkeep on that?
The people that own the plots.
Nope. You are.
you're right.
If you're county,
You're right.
if you're state, or if you anything that you're giving money to out of your taxes, that's your park. That's your cemetery.
Terry,
You have every right to do
let me give you the opinion of Susan Todd. it's against the law to go to a cemetery after dark. If you're caught, you may go to jail. I work for the government and I will lose my job.
That's one hell of a lawsuit.
Yeah, and you got to understand this too about Panama City is there's Panama City Beach. We have, I don't know how many different high schools. There's so many high schools in this town.
Wow. Wait, for a town of 500, how many? 500,000?
Yeah, there's like 2 high schools out there on the beach, three here in Panama City. And so you got these teenagers running everywhere.
Well, I understand that aspect of it.
Okay, now on the beach, you have the beach. If you're not of age, you really can't do anything on the beach but during the day. At nighttime, on the weekends, all these teenagers have nothing to do.
Well, hey, give them a lawnmower, a rake, and go cut some grass. That's what we did. Hey.
Now there is this one cemetery, like I say, in the cemetery that we like to go to. We know the owners of the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so when we would want to go up there at nighttime,
right.
we would contact them.
The one thing I've known about cemeteries is I'm going to ask for your opinion. Do you think it's a resting place for where you just go for your body to rest, or do you think there's actually something kind of weird going on over there half the time?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Especially we've noticed when there's a new grave, it tends to be more active.
Do you think other spirits are wondering who in the hell is this new guy over here and come to hang out with us?
I don't know.
Well, for me, I believe that a cemetery is a place where that last bit of emotion, that everybody has, you know, you have the thing at the holy cow. But anyway, so you go to the cemetery, you put them in the ground. There's a group of people there, and what does it say? The population of
Bay County
is, what is that, 22 million? 22. But anyway, so you have everybody there. Everybody's crying. Emotions are high. And because I tend to believe that the paranormal side of things, ghost side of things, a lot of it is based on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps with all that emotion that is there at that particular time, may tend to keep them there for a little bit.
Interesting.
Or maybe that the spirit itself goes, and usually after somebody passes away, the next month or so, or possible weeks, you'll have 1 or 2 people go visit the grave, and then 2 weeks later they'll go. Then it's a month later. Then it's 3 months later. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if the spirit's there now, I don't want to say stuck, but he's there now because he felt all this emotion from the people that loved him, and people are coming back to see him, talk to him. Would you want to go anywhere?
Well, it depends if I'm getting pulled by my right leg or my left leg or my right arm or my left arm.
Right.
You can get pulled either way with that. But if it was me, and like I say, I'm going to be one of those spirits, man, who's just going to kick up and raise nothing but hell. I'm going to be a hell raiser, and like I tell you, Man, if you give me a good bottle of whiskey and a fence, hey, I'm gonna drink my whiskey and howl at the moon all damn night. And I don't want nobody to judge me on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm just one of those guys, man. I mean, I can go either way, man. You know, hey, but the thing is, they said spirits are universal. They can jump into one. They can go to goddamn Alaska if they want to. I don't know
Right.
why they would. I mean, hell, I probably would.
Well,
I got water back on.
Well, you better go turn your faucets off.
No, I need to go flush that toilet.
He had no water.
Oh.
It's fun.
Oh, sorry about it. I gotta let it fill up before I flush it.
You got too excited there.
Yeah, I did. I almost fell. Yeah. But yeah, man. You know, is it possible, since your state is so diverse, that other nationality cemeteries will be different as far as paranormal compared to others? Like a Haitian, like a Haitian, an all Haitian cemetery, or all Jamaican cemetery in southern parts of Florida. Man, do you think those places would be a little bit more active, for the simple fact the type of cemetery? I mean, the type of the different type of ceremonies that they do when it comes to burying certain individuals there. Because we all know the Caribbean does things totally different than the way we do it in America.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't. That's a hard one for me to answer because we've never been to anywhere that it was just like a Haitian cemetery or a Mexican cemetery.
Hey, what's the holdup? We can do this, man.
Yeah. Well, there's here in Panama City anyway.
We're in Lower Alabama.
Yeah, there's no cemeteries
There's
like
no
that.
diversity here.
Hey, do you have
one big melting pot?
Do you have any vacation time?
Yeah.
Well, hell, let's do it. Hey, I think we can travel Florida. How long did it take from Tallahassee down to Miami? How long you think that would take?
Holy crap.
About 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours.
Okay.
More like 10.
8 to 10 hours. Okay, it would take me that long from where I live at down to Austin. It'll take me, because the traffic is so bad, it'll take me 4 hours to get there and 4 hours to get back. But hey, man, you need to do a paranormal Florida round trip.
Well, we got some friends down south, that I guess if we ever get the hankering just to go down there and to do something, we can give them a holler.
We got 2 dogs.
But yeah, it's expensive with 2 dogs.
No problem. No problem at all. Dogs, animals are some of the greatest paranormal investigators on the planet.
Not these 2 bozos.
Huh?
Not these 2 bozos.
Oh, well, damn. I was going to say put a GoPro on them and let them go.
No, one will be, one won't know what the hell the GoPro is. The other one start barking at him because he's wearing a GoPro. So,
well, you know what? You might have to get you a cat then.
No, we're done with cats. We had cats. We're done with cats.
Well, yeah. Hey, did you see that video I posted a couple of days ago of that day in that location that I was in last Friday? Man, I don't know who was scared more, me or that damn cat that seen us come around that corner. Because that cat scared the hell out of me. If you guys get a chance, check it out. It's on my It's on my Twitch. Not
Okay.
Twitch. It's on my TikTok, and I posted it on my Facebook page. So you guys go check out that video and
Yeah.
tell me what you think. Hey, did I scream like a little girl or what? Because when you see something like that and it comes running at you, and you know, next thing you know, it turns and goes jump out of the window, and I'm like, ah, and I'm screaming. You hear me in the background screaming, and I'm like, oh man.
Right. Right.
It was only like a 30-second, maybe not even a 13-second clip of me screaming like a little girl. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Now, are you guys? Let's talk about Hollywood. What you guys think about Hollywood?
On what aspect of it?
Okay, how do you think the way that they portray paranormal invest? How do you think Hollywood portray us and what we do, how we do it, and the way that we do it?
I'll let you go.
I think that Hollywood helped the field. Tracy listens to the Osbournes. They have a paranormal show, and they actually have done some really interesting things that we've incorporated into our investigations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of watching those. I do listen to the Osbournes podcast, but I think they've helped paranormal investigations go further in the field, but I'm not too fond of some of their portrayals.
Now,
I won't mention a name or anything, but
I will.
Some get possessed all the time, and that's not how it works.
You know, I tell all these people every time we have an investigation, I say, you know, if you expect it to be like you see on TV, you're at the wrong place.
Exactly.
And Zach Baggy Pants,
what did you call him?
Zach Baggy Pants. He's got to have the world record for most possessed individual in the world.
Yeah, everything's a demon these days.
Yeah, everything's a demon.
Yeah. So my aspect of it, you know, I agree with Susan. Throughout the years, I think some of these ghost shows on TV has allowed us investigators to get in some of these locations.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of that, like she was also saying, it's a catch kind of 22.
Yes, sir.
As you know, some of these things have really shown us not in the best light either.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, let me tell you, we do the paranormal investigations at the caverns, and we have groups. I think the largest they are some between 12 and 15 people, and some people come back and say, well, I was really disappointed in this investigation. I'm like, what were you expecting? It's not a TV show.
Exactly.
And but they do have, they want to be grabbed, and they want to be scratched, and they want to be dragged down to the basement, and that's not realistic.
Right.
Except for your Zach Baggy Pants.
Zach Baggy Pants. Call that one Zach Baggy Pants. I'm gonna start you. Hey, you guys haven't marketed that yet, have you? If not, I'm gonna start using that.
No, I haven't. But you know, I'm sure he's a nice guy. You know, I'm sure he is.
That's Hollywood, and he's making big bucks.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, all these ghost shows, they're number one. I think when they first started, like the Taps team and you know, Zach, I think their intentions were good.
Mm-hmm.
But soon after,
Did Johnny have a show?
Yeah, and Johnny Zaffis, you know, the Haunted Collector. the way Johnny had a couple seasons, and they didn't re-up Johnny because the producers, the people basically that ran the show said it wasn't exciting to anybody anymore. So
see the thing about that, Tracy, is it doesn't have to be exciting. It has to be educational. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Well, who's going to watch it though if it's not exciting?
But let's take yourself, Terry. If they said, okay, we're going to take you to the Alamo.
Wouldn't go.
Why not?
I don't know.
You'd go in a minute. But anyway, let's just say we want you to investigate the Alamo.
Okay.
You have a week. Okay. To investigate this. And nothing happens for the whole week you're there.
Okay.
They go into production. They try to get an hour show out of that weeks of, and there's not enough there. They go to somebody else in the next city or the next state, and they go to another fort, and they go through there and they get all kind of activity. They can easily put together an hour show out of that week's work.
Mm-hmm.
Which do you think they're going to go?
Oh, I already know. They're gonna go. They're gonna go with the second one.
Yeah, it's all about ratings. It's all about ratings.
But they're gonna miss out me. I'm telling you, man. They're gonna miss out. But you know what? What they don't put on Hollywood, YouTube would take it with a heartbeat, and you get just as many followers on YouTube, or as you get viewers on ABC, CBS, Fox, TLU, and all that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Now we're getting to the point now because we used to post a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel. I got hours and hours and hours of videos that that I can still put on there, but we're not in it for the ratings. We don't care about getting paid. We don't care. Our goal from the beginning, from the very beginning, it was try to figure things out.
Right.
And once we came to the conclusion that we weren't going to be able to figure things out, then it went to the education and the learning of everybody else.
Right.
So we have, I could care less about being on TV.
Exactly.
I could care less. I don't care what they offered. I could care less because I know at some time it's going to end.
Yes, sir, it will.
And we have four. We have 4 documentaries that this motion picture video is the company that came and approached us and wanted to do documentaries on places.
Mm-hmm.
We said, yeah, we would do that. Okay. But every bit of money that you get from these goes right back to the place.
Oh.
We didn't want any of it.
Okay. I understand that, brother. Sue.
Yo.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a sensitive? Tracy said you're sensitive, right?
Just yes.
Yes.
Okay. Don't be ashamed, my friend.
I just don't like labeling it.
Well, you are what you are, and your gifts are your gifts. You have to embrace that. Now, the question I have for you is, we're going to switch the subject a little bit. Why do you think that a lot of mediums, clairvoyants, a lot of people that are really gifted and that can really help the community refuse to come out of the shadows? What are y'all so afraid of that you guys are willing just to let this gift, you can use it, but not as efficient as you would like to.
Well, I do use my gifts in a different way. I I use them to help people. I'm also a Reiki master teacher, and I use my gifts when I'm giving Reiki to somebody. Um, Mostly it has to do with deceased family members.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes it's an illness will come through, but I use it for the good of other people.
Now, you are a beacon of light. You are a bright light that every person that has passed on, they can see that. And, and they sometimes, and the dead always, they're very curious people. So if they see you and they jump on and they jump in to you and say, "Hey, Sue, do you got time to talk to me for a minute? Can you help me out? Are
I
you
don't
willing?"
think I don't think you have a choice. I think what had in the past is they don't shut up until you listen, and if they have a message, you have to pass it on.
Right. Now, yeah, you're right. Now, are you open for anybody to come in, or are you selective on who you want to come in?
I
Because, like you said, they can talk all day long to you, but it's up to you to acknowledge them and to talk back to them. Now, once you acknowledge them uh, and open up that chain of communication, things kind of turn a little bit. Are you
I
up
think
to? Go ahead.
I think for everybody it's different. For me, it's if I run into somebody or a coworker or stop and talk to somebody and that information is there that I should pass on, then I do. I'm very careful about what I say. Um, but I it just works differently for me. I don't pretend to be a psychic. I don't walk up to people like that one girl on TV. I don't do that. Um, I I have done it, but as a rule, I don't. And um, I think I think that it's a gift, and I think you should be very respectful and nurture it. I think everybody has the capability of being gifted, whatever gifts that may be. It's that individual, but it you you shouldn't take advantage of it, and you should use it to help people, whether it's give them peace or say, your so and so loved you, and it's it's very rewarding. I I think people like me are afraid of ridicule. I know that I gave a message to somebody at work and he stopped talking to me for months. Because I don't know if I scared the hell out of him or what, but
You probably scared the hell out of it.
yeah. So I'm just, unless it's really something that the spirit has to get a message to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't like walk up to people and just say, "Hey, by the way, your cousin says hi," and
Yeah,
you
but
know,
here's the thing. That spirit is going to get his. He's going to get his point across one way or another. If it's not,
you're right.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get somebody's attention. Now,
Yes.
and the reason why I asked you that question is why is it hard for I can't even call it religion because it's not a religion. How can how can a certain group of people be more accepting than a other certain group of people? And if you put them together, it goes like peas and carrots.
Well, I think that their upbringing has a lot to do with it, and how they look at death and beyond the veil. I think I think that makes a big difference. I mean, I could talk to one person, they would be very accepting, and then I could turn around behind me, and the other person would be like, "You're a heathen. Get away from me." You know what
Hey,
I mean? You can't. And yeah, you're a beacon. You are a conduit for someone beyond the veil to get a message across.
I get called a
Um,
heathen all the time.
yeah, I have no doubt. I'm
You
just
know,
kidding.
yeah, man, you believe town I've been called that, especially from these churches around here. But the reason why I asked you that question is because you got people with psychic abilities on one side, and you got witches on the other side. The question that I have is why is that witches who's been who's been put through the ringer, who's been hung, man, you gonna make some good cornbread. Hell, you've been accused of a damn witch back in the 1600s. So you can be accused of this and that, but they've made it. They've made it. They've coming out of the shadows, and they're like, "Hey, either you're gonna accept me for who I am, and you're gonna acknowledge me, or you can kiss my hairy butt." But the mediums are they're still looking behind the door to see, "Hey, should I do this too, or should I stay behind the door for another 200 years or so?" But there are some out there that have embraced it, and when you embrace something, I mean, either you're gonna get both ends now. You're gonna get the good part and the bad part. But the witches on this side don't give a damn. They're like, well, we take the good with the bad and just keep on rolling. But people with psychic abilities, man, they're still hiding behind the doors, looking at the what if. Yay, man, you know what? If I'm looking behind, for an example, you're down the street, and this is a Twilight Zone movie moment, Tracy. You're down the street, and you come to a door, and you're a medium. You open that door. Are you going to open that door all the way and walk through it? Or are you going to open up that door, since it is in the middle of a highway, or are you going to creep around it and see what's behind it, then walk through it? Which one
Well,
would
if I'm a medium, I know what's behind the door.
because I think a witch would open up that door, and even though the road is black, it's dark, they're going to walk down that road and embrace whatever comes in front of them. But the mediums are still not able to do, and I don't know why. I've asked a lot of them that question, and they're like, well, we're kind of scared of the what if.
Well, it's the ridicule that they're afraid of.
But
And
having witches, whether you're a good witch, bad witch, have not done the same thing. Have they not went through the same thing?
uh, I don't have that answer. I don't know.
The witches trial, Salem witches trial. Man, you got hung for washing your clothes right. Man, you go get some Tide, and you got hung for doing something that was good. But back in those days, they considered that evil.
Well, sure they did, and in my opinion is the big difference now is their religion back then it was a lot more sacred than religion is now. It goes all back to religion, I believe. So you had a so-called witch that wasn't conforming, going her own way, telling you things that you don't like or you think are absurd. And because it's outside of what you believe in and or whatever your religion is pushing, now all of a sudden she's a witch. And what do we do with witches?
We burn them.
We burn them.
You burn them.
Now this person who's causing all this problem and is causing the feathers to be ruffled is no longer here because they're different.
They're nonconformists.
Right. So then, and I do think Susan's right. I think nowadays that I do think there's a lot of more females than males, but are a lot more sensitive and have this ability, but either they don't understand it, so they don't continue with it, or they don't know who to go to make them understand it. Now, over the years, Susan knows some great psychics that are like for reals. And over the years, they have helped her understand and has carried her through a lot of this. Not only is that side of her, she's a Reiki master. She's a great painting artist now. She just learned how to paint, and you should see some of the paintings she's doing. But so that's just my whole thought. And the way her and I investigate, she's part of the metaphysical side. I'm more the analytical side. Which would make a great pair, though. And she's, she surrounds herself with this light, during an investigation, and which protects her. Me, it's as long as you're mentally strong, that you're good.
You're good. And me, myself, man, if I had that twinkle twitch, and I'm telling you, man, I couldn't pass a cemetery, man. If my beacon is that bright, every time and trust me, in Texas, there's a cemetery on every corner.
Right.
And I'm driving down, man, there's no way I can make that left. Just look left without me meeting contact with somebody hanging out over there in the cemetery, waving their hands. Hey, come talk to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It'd drive me freaking crazy.
Right. So up there at the Russ house.
Turn it off.
Yeah. But up there at the Russ house, when we first started investigating the Russ house, it was pretty much cut and dry. It was the same individuals there, time after time after time after time. Very little variation. So now that we have become stronger as a team, and Susan smarter as a team, and Susan and Dee has molded their abilities, focused their abilities. We tell people all the time that we have this theory about a lighthouse. When we're up here investigating, we believe that spirits are around us all the time.
Yes.
And when we're up here investigating, all three of us, the synergy is so bright, and this lighthouse keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And these individuals that are walking around outside going, oh, there's a bright light. What is that? Let's go see what that is. And then they come in. So
In terms of spirit.
Yeah, terms of spirit. So when we go up to the Russ house now, it's just about every time we go, it's something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's because of exactly this whole light, bright light, and you know that you talk about.
Right. Hey, have you guys ever had to clean up somebody else's mess?
So it we have a couple times, but were you talking physical mess or paranormal mess?
Paranormal mess.
Okay, so it goes both ways here with us. We have had to go to other people's homes because of a prior paranormal team mucked it up. On the other side of that, we would go to somebody's house, not find a thing, and we present them what we believe was there, not there. We showed them, you know, whatever. And because we didn't find anything, they went to call another team.
Mm.
They would call another team until they got exactly what they wanted to hear.
Wow.
So yes, we've had to clean up.
That's crazy. Man, I think that is so disrespectful.
It is. It really is. The city of Marianna. I hate talking about Marianna, but the city of Marianna. We are in such good graces with them. The whole county, Jackson County. That when we allow other paranormal teams to come to some of those locations up there,
Mm-hmm.
but Jackson County. Never mind. Susan's telling me no.
Okay.
You would later.
Well, you know what?
Well,
If you tell me no, that must have been something good.
no, it may be something bad.
Well, you can't have no.
Yeah, I'll just say this is another team went into the Russ House years ago, and we knew the people on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we told the Tourist Development Center council people at the time who had the house. We said, "Yeah, they're cool. Let them come in." They went through people's Rolodexes. They left old pizza boxes and food boxes everywhere.
That's not good business.
No.
Not good business. Hey, have you guys been to any Paracons yet?
No. Yeah, that was years ago, though. Yeah, we went to years ago. We went to one in Pensacola.
How did you like it? Would you go back to another one?
I don't.
It was a anime / Paracon.
Yeah, it was a Comic-Con / Paracon.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. You normally have one. I've never seen two of them at the same time, a Comic-Con and a Paracon.
But no, no, we haven't. There's really no good Paracons down south.
Hey, you know what? Thank you, Tracy.
There's not.
Thank you for saying that.
We have, and I don't want to toot our own horns, but we know some of the people that could get a large group of people down here. We know these people. I mean, they're on our phones. That would be more than happy to do us a favor, come down and put on a Paracon, but it's just too much. Just too much.
Yeah, it is.
Just way too much.
And so I'm going to my first one next. I've never been to one, so I'm curious to know what it's about.
Well, it's gonna be a lot of. Well, it all depends. Who's gonna be there? Who's the attraction?
I have no clue. Some guy, obviously. Some guy. Hey, I'm in my own little corner of the universe. The universe is so big, but I'm in my own little corner. But there's a guy from out of San Antonio who's well known and well famous in the paranormal field is putting this on. I don't know the guy, never met the guy, never seen the guy on any social media, any podcast, so I'm curious to know who he is. I'm just gonna sit back in the shadows and just watch everything as a whole.
Well,
And see how
yeah,
everything.
normally at Paracons is you have a bunch of paranormal people out there that set up booths. They're paranormal teams. You know, yeah, it's good to socialize. It's good to network with people. Which is always good. And they usually have panels with whoever the stars are. You can ask questions to them and stuff like that. They sign autographs, that type of thing.
Well, I'm not a big autograph signer type guy. I mean, I can't even.
I could care less if I'm famous or not.
Right? I'm not one of those guys that like to do all that. But
No, absolutely not.
no, Tracy. Before we get out of here, man, who has the camera in their hands when you guys are investigating, or do you guys use your phones? What,
Oh
what
no.
what's your method when you getting ready for an investigation? What do you how does this whole concept work for you guys?
Well, it all starts off with Susan handling all the details. Once I get all the details, her and I both sit down and we figure out what we're going to take, equipment wise. We've been using the same IR camera, handheld camera for
Years.
13 years, 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
Works fantastic. Um, I have some things I started to get into though. Were those cop cams
Okay.
that the cops wear?
Mm-hmm.
Some of those for $100 on Amazon are fantastic.
Hmm. Have you watched any of my podcasts, Tracy?
No, sir, I hadn't had time to.
I'm disappointed in you. We're gonna talk
I'm
about
sorry,
this.
buddy.
We're gonna talk. As people know, as I grow, to the paranormal investigator that I want to be,
Mhm.
I'm one of those paranormal investigators that like to think out the box.
Right.
Matter of fact, I like to create the box, then blow it up, then build another one, and blow it up again.
Right.
So I am trying to find out what the hell. As you know, that it's okay for my team to do whatever they want to do to investigate. If they choose to use their camera phone, that's fine. If they use the night vision cameras, that's fine too. I have a camera tech who's made just for that. But me and you have one problem, Tracy.
What's that, brother?
We can't see.
We really
take these
can't.
off. We're blind as hell.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
But
Exactly right.
we need to figure a way to catch that evidence without carrying this or putting it here or putting it on your belly button. I don't know how they do it these days.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, let's break it down. So, the latest piece of equipment we bought was that EMF tripwire, and we've had some great results with it. However, we've had the same equipment, Terry, for years. We hardly buy anything new. There's no what?
Yeah, we really don't.
We really don't. I mean, it's not the only. So I feel that if you want to record your evidence, then have you a camera, have your recorder, But if you walked into a place and all that stopped working, but you still heard noises, you still heard voices, does that lessen anything?
No, because this right here is basically all what you need. If you can see it and memorize it and have it here, you're good to go.
Right.
Then you can tell your story.
Right. And if
We don't we don't usually use our equipment when it's just us, but there's an expectation when we do public investigations, and then we let everybody use our equipment.
Yeah, they want to see the toys.
We have like 8 K2 meters,
yeah,
2 REM pods, 2 millimeters.
It's not a lot. I mean, it's really not a lot.
Mhm.
I can't tell you, Terry, when the last time I have a whole setup, DVR setup
Mhm.
with new night vision cameras. I can't even remember when the last time we broke it out.
Oh wow.
I just don't. I don't. Other than it being tedious to set up, it doesn't really do you any good to. And I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but you kind of are. But you got a 16 camera DVR, and you're trying to hook all these cameras up. By the time you get them all set up, you're already 2 hours into the investigation.
Exactly.
So now you got another 4 hours to investigate, or 6 hours, whatever. Then you got to go through and try to take another 2 hours, getting everything down, putting everything put away. And just to go through them and go, oh, that was just 6 hours of recording. I need more time. I need to have those cameras set in there for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Not just 6 hours.
And then go over the evidence on 4 recorders and 4 cameras.
Yeah, I mean it's. So I think having a DVR system is okay. I'm not saying anything against it. We just don't use it anymore because it's not worth it to us.
Okay. Tracy,
Like I said, if you're to use it correctly, I think you would need to have it in there for like a week straight and just let it run day, nighttime,
mm-hmm.
and then go back and look at it.
Tracy, can you knock on your back wall for me? Just knock on that wall. If you hear that, you're in a location, what is the first thing on your body that moves when you hear something like that?
My head.
Right, your head. Okay. Then what's the next thing that's going to move on your body? It works like clockwork.
I run out the door.
Usually for me.
Did she say she's going to run out the door?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's funny.
If it was me, usually for me, if I hear something, then, I'll kind of lean toward it. And then if I hear it again, I'll point to it. I won't say anything. I'll just point to it.
Okay. Interesting.
Nod my head.
Yeah. Then she'll say yes or no. She'll nod her head yes or no that she hears it. There's not really a lot of talking other than in the investigation,
What about if I can tell you there's a device out there? Because the thing is, when you turn your head to the right or to the left, when you hear that, you're actually catching that evidence with your eyes. You can like turn your head and like, oh shit, did you see that? But you didn't catch it. Because when you turn your head, then you turn that camera. It happens to all of us. Our mind works like that. So whatever we see and what we hear, that's what we're gonna turn first, because that's what we're curious, a curious race. We want to see. But what happens when you turn your head and you got that GoPro on you or that camera? You turn it, then you turn that camera. By then, you've been missed everything.
It's done. Right. You're exactly right.
But we did catch it on our static camera.
Okay, but what can I do to let you guys drop all those cameras, put them up, pack them up, put them in the attic, and never use them again? How can I convince you guys to do that? All you need is one device that I use that can give you everything that you need plus some.
What's the device?
You got to promise me first.
Well, no, I'm not going to promise you because I may look at the device and go, no, no, thank you.
Okay. I was looking for them. I think I'm moving, so I think I put them up. I have 4 sets of these.
Mhm.
Okay, the camera is right there in front of the.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
You have to get them because they are, man, they're taking, they're blowing things away, man. It's actually the new thing that are going on because a lot of people that use cameras, man, why have this in your hand when you can have this in your hands and your hands are free? That give you an opportunity to have a K2, a voice recorder in your hands, and you're able to turn your head and catch that evidence. You actually, the camera's right there. So when you see something, you're actually able to catch it instead of missing those 2 or 3 seconds it takes for you to turn that camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can look into those.
Do they come in purple?
Huh?
Do they come in purple?
Are they your favorite color? Purple's your favorite color?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I have not seen purple. If it did, I'll probably get some. I'm just, because I got pink glasses on right now, and people think I'm crazy.
So where did you get the ones that you have?
Okay, let me tell you the ones that I have. They're all black. They're night vision, 4K, infrared. What else are they? And the good thing about this, Tracy, is you can take these things to the eye doctor. The lenses that you have on your glasses, they can set it up so where you will not lose any vision. Pretty cool, ain't it?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And the coolest thing is, how many hours of battery time do you get for your night vision cameras? 3, maybe 3.5?
Oh, no. For my handheld, it's right at 12.
You get 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And my cop cams, I get right at 8 to 9.
Oh, that's not bad. But these here will give you 2.5 to 3 hours of audio, quality audio and video. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people
look into those.
Yes, please. I'll send you the link to them. The only problem is, guys, is if you really want good quality, you know where you got to go. You got to go to China and get it.
Oh.
And that's where I got mine. My black ones, I had them imported in. I seen them online. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to change up the paranormal world here with these things. And so far, I've got I got like 5 paranormal teams who have invested in these things, and they love them.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll take a look at it.
I love it. And they're like, Terry, thank you for bringing. Hey, and if you like camo, I got some that are camo. Have you ever seen those baseball players that wear those funky looking baseball glasses? The ones they put on the top of their head like this.
Yeah.
When they put them on. Okay, I got a pair just like that. Camouflage. Same thing. Okay. I got 2 pair of those. Matter of fact, hell, I can go now with those, the camos, which is pretty cool because you guys are ex-military. You be able to change the lenses out with clear and dark.
Right.
And that's what I'm able to do. And I had a one. Oh, hold on. This is one of my dark lens for a day investigation.
Gotcha.
It protects your eyes and all that stuff. But yeah, those things they're really good.
Yeah, just send me the link. I'll look into it.
And I'm not even trying. That big camera is a thing of the past for me. Matter of fact, I've gave so many away. It's for teams that are just now starting out that are looking for equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got a good starter camera. You want it? You see me?
I love my cameras, man.
I understand.
I
But
love them.
sometimes you just gotta. I'm a 21st century paranormal investigator, but I want that 22nd century equipment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's not coming out yet, but I'm on the verge of actually trying to get there before anybody else gets there. And that's why I'm off and I'm telling you about it. I'm kind of, uh, you know, giving you a little hint here, hint. And I want you to be there with me, Tracy.
Well, her and I are in it for the long haul, whatever that looks like.
I want you to be there with me. All right, hey, an hour 55 minutes, man. It's been a blast. Tell the world how to get a hold of Emerald Coast Paranormal Concepts, guys.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page and we have a website, same name, Emerald Coast Paranormal Concepts.
Okay. Now, who put the logo?
Which one?
The one on your Facebook page.
She did.
I
She
did.
does. She does all that stuff. She does take care of all the logos and stuff.
Do you know who that is?
Anubis,
Yes.
Anubis.
Keeper of the Dead.
Keeper of the afterlife.
Yeah, but a bad guy.
And it all depends on who was in charge.
He was a bad guy. He held he had slaves.
Excuse me.
Well, he's a fictitious character, so
You sure? Are you sure about that?
I am.
How? Well, give me a percentage.
99.9%.
I'll take
I'm always
that one.
open.
I'll take that 1%.
I'm always open to anything. So
Yeah, she just told me last month that Popeye wasn't real. I was heartbroken.
Oh damn! Popeye wasn't real.
No, Popeye's not real.
Man, her and Olive Oil got plenty of kids. Why you think what's his name was so jealous?
Oh, Bluto?
Yeah. Why you think he was so jealous? Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, it has been a pleasure speaking with you.
it's been fun, Terry.
So anytime, man, anytime you want us back, you need us to fill in for a time, just holler at us.
Will do. Will do. I had a cancellation last week. It kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
For the whole week. I'm like, what the hell, man? She had the flu. I understand that. She's up in the Northeast. Oh, well, actually, she was from Maine. So I will keep you guys in mind, man. But next time, Sue, I got to see your face.
Well, yeah, I won't be sick next time. I got the flu.
Well, here's okay. I told Tracy about this. I want you to go. I want you to do it. Okay? Can you promise me?
Tell me what it is.
Promise me. You got to go get some Thermoflu.
Oh, I can't because I take blood pressure medicine.
Well, so do I.
Ooh,
But
you better be careful.
Thermoflu is good for you. And what you're going to put in that Thermoflu is even better.
How about just some nice hot brandy?
No, man, no, KD would do you just fine. Whiskey.
No. Cavassier.
No, I can't even spell the word. How can I drink something I can't even freaking spell?
Or say half the time.
You got to remember, I'm from Oakland, California. It's Cavassier all the way.
Well, you didn't tell me you were from Oaktown.
I am from Oaktown.
Man, who's your favorite rapper from Oaktown?
What?
The one on the Hershey bar? That's for me anyway.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that was funny. Too Short is my favorite rapper from Oaktown.
Who?
Too Short?
Short.
I don't know who that is.
God, there's so many musicians that are great that came out of Oakland.
Yeah, but how you feel about the Raiders leaving Oakland?
The traders?
Oh, the damn Raiders. Well,
Well, we don't. We're not. We're not a big sports. We're not big sports people. Nah.
man, you are what 50 miles from Tallahassee, and you're not a big sports fan?
No, not at
No.
all.
Oh wow,
Not at all. I mean, it's just I just have my reasonings,
I feel you.
and all sports are like this. We got veterans and stuff that are homeless in the street, and you know,
We give football players
$30-40 million,
millions of dollars.
and the some of the people that are giving these sports players all this money are the National Guard, the Army, to be in their commercial
You're
when
right.
they should be turning around and giving that money to the vets and let's get
Because
them off the street.
the U.S. Army, what is that? It's held in San Antonio every year. The United States Army high school football game that supposedly all the best players in the country go there.
Yeah.
Man. And I know, you know what? If they do that next year, I'm just going to ask for my money back.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not like I protest it. I just
Because
until I see a change,
because you want to be able to see where your money's going, and
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people, in this United States, they want to see the change. They want to be able to actually see where their money's going, and and all that stuff. And I totally understand, man, because
Yeah.
a dollar is hard to make today.
Oh yeah, amen to that.
A dollar. So if I'm making a dollar and you taking 50 cents of it, I damn sure want to be able to see where that 50 cents is going.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
50
saying?
Cent is a good rapper.
Who?
50 Cent?
50 cents is not from Oakland, is he?
I said he was a good rapper.
Yeah, he is a good rapper.
I
But
knew 50 Cent when he was a nickel and a half.
there you go.
My earbud
There you
went
go.
out.
Hey guys, but hey, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. And you know what? There was a lot more to talk about, but I understand that you guys are ex-military, and some things you feel uncomfortable to talk
Did your
about.
earbud go off? Oh.
Huh?
No. her earbud turned off,
Oh darn!
so she
Well,
can't hear you anymore.
I didn't want to get into the whole military aspect of the paranormal and all that stuff, but maybe
Oh, you should next time because I got some stories.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe next time we should do that because as like half the world thinks, man, all that is one big circle, is one big square to me, or triangle, however you put it, however you want to put it. But definitely, we can definitely do that. I'm up to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, one last question, and I got to get out of here. Where would you like to go on your bucket list to investigate?
Where would you like to go to on your bucket list to investigate?
I would like to go to Germany.
She said Germany.
Germany. Man, I hope you got some tissue. You're going to need a lot.
For
Yes.
me,
If she's planning on going to the locations where I think she was planning on going, or where she
outwits and stuff, not
Yeah.
outwits. Concentration camps.
No,
Yeah,
I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah,
I guess
I'm about to say-
locally, I'd want to go to Louisiana and investigate.
just right. So for me, I'm not really big into because it's been done so much. Places like Trans-Allegheny and stuff like that. One place for me would be that Island of Dolls.
That's in Mexico, right?
Yeah,
Could you survive that place
I could.
by yourself?
Oh yeah.
So we
Man,
won't
you
have-
give me a couple cans of Spam and some corned beef hash.
What
Son,
the
I'm
hell is
there.
Spam and corned beef hash.
Yeah, they come in a can. You just need to take those with you. You can survive. You're good. I'd stay down there for a week. I'd be good.
Off of Spam and corned beef hash.
Hell yeah. I'm an easy kind of guy.
Sue, what do you think about that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
yeah, I would love to. If they would just let me stay there for like a week, that would be awesome.
That'd be interesting. My place, you know what? I'm kind of like Sue. I would like to go to France and check out Normandy Beach.
Oh yeah, that'd be sweet.
That would be one hell of a ride, man.
That would.
Can you imagine the EVPs you'll catch off on that beach?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. People screaming and yelling and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be. And then all the German gun turrets that people. I don't know if people investigate those things.
I don't. I think it's a. I think.
Well, I know the beach still have ordinances on it, landmines and stuff. So I think the beach is kind of off limits in certain areas.
I think the area itself, just because of the situation and what happened, I think it's more of a taboo place, like Outwits or something like that would be.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine? If I go to Auschwitz, man, I just.
There's no way I'd go. I mean, even if somebody, Zach Baggy Pants himself said, listen, I'll pay for everything. You go with me, we'll go there. We'll have it on TV. I'd say no.
No human.
It would just be too much. I mean, it would just be too much.
Oh, it would definitely be too much. Can you imagine the heaviness that's in that place? How heavy it would be? Not only you on your heart, but just emotions. It would be crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know if I can take that. That no.
Yeah, that'd be rough. I think you'd get so emotional. Perhaps not, but I mean, if you're a true paranormal investigator, places like that will get you emotional.
Oh yeah, you don't have a choice. I think anything that has that much tragedy will get you, and I think that's just the way we set up. I just think it's the way we are. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here. It has been a pleasure and an honor to talk with you guys, and I would love to do it again, man.
Absolutely. Just say when, Terry.
You guys made me laugh, especially with the spam and the whatever that is.
One thing you'll find out about me, I do love having a good time. I'm serious, but I love having a good time.
The next time on the show, man, you got to have your Pepsis.
Okay.
If you can't drink whiskey, you got to have the substitute. And I think this will kill you before the whiskey does.
Yeah, she's a Dr. Pepper, so.
Oh, that's even worse. Dr. Pepper, man. Hey, you know what? Try putting that on your battery acid on your car and see what happens.
What?
Yeah. All right, Terry. Just holler at us, man. Whenever you have time, and we'll do it again.
Yes, sir. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, your weekend. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Hey, all right, guys. This is Terry with NSPS TV signing off. If you guys want to get a hold of these guys, please go to their Facebook page or just give them a call like I did. They will pick up and they will talk to you. So if you're ever down in Florida, and if you're looking for a place to investigate, hey, give these guys a shot. In the meantime, hey, this is Terry with NSPS TP, NSPS Paranormal Podcast Show in the Lion's Den. Hey, peace. Bye, guys.
See you later, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Bye, Terry.
Bye.